Hey everybody, welcome to the Ronline Report. We are joined once again by two-time and reigning Classic Physique Olympia champion, reigning Arnold Classic Physique champion for another week and a half or so. Two and a half weeks.
Coming up, and I'll be there. I'm excited to be there.
2.5 weeks. This is Breon Ansley from Los Angeles, California.
Hello, everybody.
Okay. So
good to have you on, Ron. Great to always talk to you. Great to do these. Love muscular development.
Thank you.
And always a pleasure.
Right on. All right, so I've assembled some questions for you. And first one is, you ready? Here we go. So you've won 2 Olympia titles. History shows us in any sport, fans get tired whenever the same person or team wins multiple consecutive titles. This just happened back here with the Patriots, my team. Apparently not everybody loves them. I didn't know that. I thought everybody loved Brady. No, they don't. So they oh, you do, good for you. So
hey, all the winners and all the champions out there are gonna love Brady, because they can understand.
He's the GOAT. So people like to root for the underdog, and if you win a few of these, you're not the underdog anymore. How long do you think you can keep winning before people start going and they start rooting more for, I don't know, Bumstead or Peterson or somebody to come along and take the king off his throne?
They're already doing it. It's not. They're already talking about this and that person, and this person. The people that haven't even won a pro show yet, they're talking about how I can't wait to see this person up against Breon Ansley, and I can't wait to see this person dethrone Breon. That haven't even won a pro show yet, so they're already doing it. It's already happening, and I just smile at them and say, "Tough." Tough. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I'm essentially in my prime, Ron, in this sport, I'd like to think.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to continue to have fun with it.
I'm just curious, who are some of these guys that they're, obviously Bumstead and Peterson have been hot on your trail for 2 years, but who are some other guys that haven't won any shows yet that their fans are, telling you they're coming to get you?
Well, the guys that are competing in this Arnold coming up.
That's true.
I see some messages. They tag me on messages and all that, and and I'm like, these guys have you haven't even won a pro show yet. No, now they're very talented. They have great physique, great structure, and great promise ahead. But first things first now, and I think it's a bit disrespectful, but most of these guys are young teenagers, young knuckleheads that just don't understand the scope of everything fully.
Right.
Which is cool because it's okay, because listen, I have a lot of teenage fans and supporters and youngsters that are in my corner and that support me. So I understand the whole whoever you support, whoever you want to win, whoever you particularly like, all good.
It's great that there's so many fans that support different guys. I mean, that's a good thing.
That's a great thing. Yes, it's a great thing. It's a great thing because you can't have everybody wanting me to win or wanting Chris to win or George to win. Yeah. But you have to know, you also have to know that as a supporter of this sport, as a supporter of us, as the athletes, you have to know that George and Henry definitely are the front runners for this Arnold coming up, man, more than anybody else, because they were top 4 at the Olympia, for God's sakes, last year.
I messed up. Henry's not actually in the show.
Oh, he's not? I thought he was.
I thought he was too. I think that when the list first came out, he was on it for some reason, and then he wasn't. I don't know. It's my mistake. But I could have sworn he was in it. But I'm eating my words right now. He's not in it. So George is looking like if you're a gambling man, I would probably throw some money George's way
I would definitely throw money George's way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's only right.
Next question. Chris Cormier has been your coach for a while now, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I want to make sure he's still your coach before I continue.
Yes.
I did an interview with this. I did an interview with a bikini pro the other day. I said, your boyfriend, and she goes, damn it, I screwed up. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
They were broken up. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
All right, so Chris Cormier is still your coach. It's all good. I think a lot of people who are newer to this assume that the old school ways of training are obsolete and inferior compared to the more esoteric techniques today with chains, bands, and they're standing on balls and doing all kinds of weird things. I'm sure you see stuff out in LA that's we won't even see on the East Coast for like another year or two. Some weird crap in the gym. Do the old school ways of training still deliver the best results in your opinion?
Absolutely, man. You're never going to, just pure muscle building and pure quality muscle building. You're never going to get further than you never have to stray away too far from just cold, hard, your primary heavy movements with maybe even with definitely, I'm definitely an advocate. I'm definitely a fan of just free weights, just rows with free weights, just curls with free weights, chin ups, bench free weight, all that, dumbbell free weight, pressing movements. You're definitely not going to ever, no matter what sexy way of training comes to the surface out there, you're never going to get better than that as far as what it does to the body and how it develops the body muscularity wise.
I agree because I'm old. So there we go.
And sometimes I feel like I'm getting old.
36, 37 now?
37 now. Yep.
37? Very young in this sport.
End of this year, 38. Wow.
You're still so young. I look back at 38 and go,
but like I said, supposedly that's for a male as far as muscle maturity wise and all that. That's the prime in this game.
Yeah. I mean,
these guys are in their early 20s competing. So man, they'll be long after I'm retired. They'll be barely approaching their prime.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Assuming these guys are all still around competing.
Exactly. You stole the words right out of my mouth. Assuming they're all still around that long down the line from now.
I mean, if you turn pro at 21 or 22, like a lot of these guys are now, which is good. I'm glad to see a lot of youth and new blood and everything. You always have to wonder, are they going to still be doing this when they're 40? Because just prep and everything that goes into this, the prep, the training, it's not easy on the body.
Not easy on the body at all. Not easy on the body at all. I would be willing to bet that a lot of them are not. Because you look at. I mean, I guess more so in the golden era and the evolution of bodybuilding. The guys did start younger, but then people. Chris he retired in his 30s. Sean Ray retired in his 30s. Flex retired in his 30s. Ronnie, he lasted in his 40s, right?
Yeah,
but
Jay started a lot later than the other guys.
You started a lot later. Ronnie did, but Jay, look at Jay. He was done in late 30s, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So I mean, back then, it was. They started earlier. Flex Lewis, he's look at you would think that he's in his mid 40s with the long career that he had, right. But he's barely like 31, 2 or 3.
I think he's like 33. You're right. Yeah, it seemed you forget how young these guys were when they got into it. When they were starting out.
Yeah. So
I don't even know what the question was anymore. But so let's move on to the next one.
With that,
I'm wondering. This is I came up with this. I take full credit and responsibility for this question. Have you started to really care more about how you look in the off season? Because don't get mad, Breon, but I distinctly remember like the first time I saw you in the off season after you won the Olympia, right? I'm like, oh no, because you were carrying a little bit more body fat back then than you do now for sure.
Yes.
And the type of physique you have, you have when you're in shape, you're the best in the world. You're unbeatable. There's shape and detail and splits and striations and crazy things going on. And, you're a lot like Heath. Heath didn't just beat people on just the muscle size and shape. It was these crazy little details that nobody else had. And, you have things going on in your back and your hamstrings that none of these other guys really have going on. But I remember seeing him in the off season and going, he doesn't look that impressive in the off season. And it's because you just had a little more body fat, and But then I think I saw you 3 months later at the Olympia. Like, oh my God, nobody's touching this guy. Nobody's touching him this time again. So I'm wondering, did it bother you the way you looked in the off season? Because you don't carry that much body fat anymore. You're way leaner now than you used to be.
Yes, and that's exactly it. I mean, it's just a part of being more of a professional. You definitely can't let yourself get out of whack too far, because number one, being a professional, also just hitting the scene more now on like showing my body at appearances and guest postings and all that. Will keep you in check. Yeah. Being a professional, you have to. This is what we do. This is our bodies, our livelihood, and then again, you're talking about a champion. So if I want to continue to be the champion, I'm definitely going to have to. It's going to have to be a year-round thing, and you're not going to ever have to let your body get out of whack and out of shape, and then also you have to, just for health-wise, you getting all that body fat and getting all that water, and then having to come down so far. If you do that, is unprofessional, and definitely a lot on your health, and definitely unhealthy. Right. So it's a number of reasons why I had to. I said, man, you get it together, and you all year round, you keep yourself going. And now, just obviously the evolution happens this way. You stay consistent, and and you stay the course. You're going to be a heavier. You're going to gain more muscle, and you're going to be a heavier weight at a leaner body fat. Yeah. Right. So that's what's going on now. I'm just really looking after it on the plan more. Just embracing being the consummate professional and loving every bit of it, and just wanted to stay a champion and wanted to keep the gap where it is, which is necessary as well.
On that note, what's going on with the collab between you and Bumstead Videos? Anything?
Nothing yet. Maybe nothing yet. Yeah, not a single solitary thing yet. We haven't even talked, but we who knows? I'll probably see him at the Arnold, and we might talk about it then. Okay. So yeah, we'll see.
I'm waiting to see those videos. Okay.
You are. You want to see them, Ron? You think is that what people want to see?
Yeah, I wish we could have had videos with like Phil Heath and Kai Green training together. How great would those have been?
They would be great, but that's the thing. Like, will that happen though?
Of course not.
Yeah, is it going to happen? Are we ready for that? Am I ready to train with Chris? Is he ready to train with me? That type of stuff.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's a cool guy. He's a very good guy.
Oh yeah.
But that competitive nature, man, is that's definitely here to stay and not going anywhere.
You guys all want to win. I get it.
Well,
there's no tie. You can't both have the title.
Right. Absolutely.
Next question. Nutrition question. The hardest part of bodybuilding for most people is the eating. Some people love to eat and have a very tough time dieting. Other guys don't have much of an appetite, and they struggle all the time to get the meals down every day. Do either of those situations apply to you?
The part of the first option definitely applies to me, with the diet being the hardest part to stick to, okay, and to adhere to, and for over a longer period of time, to be consistent with, because you're talking about with prep it's like 12 on up to 16, 17, 18 weeks. That's a long time to be eating the same things every single day. Man. With a little bit of variations here and there, but that's a long time. So that's my toughest part, I love to eat a lot of food. So if you would give me just maybe a little bit more of rice or whatever, we're eating sweet potato, that's not a problem.
Okay.
I love to eat, and I love to eat a lot. So even more so, the toughest part was just when the calories get low, you know, you have to just eat what you're supposed to eat and then be done, you know, whether you're still hungry or not, you have to just wait until the next meal. That's the toughest part for me, and that's the toughest part to manage. And
are you sitting there looking at your watch like, damn it, hurry up?
What's that?
Are you like looking at your watch like you're supposed to eat at 3 and it's only 2:40? You're like, hurry up.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Man, I'm looking at my watch 5 to 10 minutes after I finish.
I mean,
like, oh man. Well, how can I keep myself busy? What can I do to fill my, drink water to fill my stomach up? Maybe eat more veggies or two. Oh yeah, it is a day in and day out thing with the mental strength, to stay the course and to stay in this thing. But the rewards are like immeasurable because once you see the body start to change, and once you start to kind of surprise yourself and impress yourself with what's popping now and what you've worked hard in developing over maybe an off season, oh man, it's all worth it, and then some. But that portion is tough, though. It is definitely tough, and not something to definitely take for granted.
Because in your last prep, I think you were talking at the seminar they had the morning after the Olympia about you had to go down to like 0 carbs for a while, and it was just like fish and water for I don't know how long, and you must have been starving like all the time when you were doing that.
Yes, that is pretty much hungry, starvation, feeling hungry and starvation, And then at the same time, you got to try to train hard and heavy.
No.
with no carbs. I even cut fats at one point for like 3 or 4 days. We cut carbs and fats.
Oh no.
Like you said, pretty much just chicken, fish, and water.
Oh, dude. And you're training the whole time.
Training hard the whole time.
Oh boy. Was this in Kuwait you were doing all this?
Yeah, this was in Kuwait. This happened a few times in Kuwait.
Oh boy. You weren't even at home.
I know. Oh yeah, because if I was at home, that would be trouble. Because there's a lot more. Well, there's some temptations out there too on food. That's for sure.
You said they got some good food out there, actually. Yeah.
They do. 1,000%.
Next question. You did, obviously, when you were a track athlete, football player, you did all kinds of stretching and mobility work. Do you continue to do that as a bodybuilder or as a Classic Physique pro these days? The same type of things?
No, not too much. I mean, I want to, and I should, but I don't. But I definitely because of me attributing that to where my development is now, I definitely need to get out there and do more work like that, and I will do it. That's for sure, because that is, I attribute that a lot, the sports and track and field and football, a lot to how my body is developed now, and the look of my body now, as far as hamstrings and like the back and things like that, which are hard for people to build and to kind of bring some shape to. I think sports really played I know sports really played a big part in that. So I'm definitely going to get back. I haven't been doing it as much as I should and would like to, for sure, but I'm definitely going to get back into doing maybe some track work, outdoor, or maybe like some sprints uphill, sprints on the track, for sure, things like that, for sure. And maybe even some football drills too. We're talking about like backpedaling and maybe some lateral movement. Yeah.
What do they call that when you gotta do the zigzag runs between the shuttle run? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a shuttle. It's a shuttle, but as far as like if you're a defensive back, it's just like cone drills, backpedaling and running to like a specific spot. and it's like acting as though the receiver is running a route.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a wrestler. They kept us in the basement. We never got to go outside and do our stuff.
Man, wrestler. I remember the wrestlers in college. Man, I was like, I looked at them and I said, wow, I thought our workouts were tough and all that, but they're running up bleachers in the stadium with bags on their body.
Yeah, yeah.
And doing like bear crawls up bleachers, all the way up stadium bleachers.
Yeah, we used to have to put a buddy on our back and run up and down the stairs.
Yeah,
we were all little peanuts, like 120, 140 pounds, but still, it was a lot of weight for us.
Yeah.
Next question. Here's a good one. I like these theoretical questions. What if? Have you ever wondered how you may have done as a bodybuilder in the years when the Mr. Olympia had its aesthetic era? You had champions like Frank Zane, Mohammed Makaway, Samir Bannout, Chris Dickerson. They were the very top pros at the time. Not one of those guys was over 200 pounds. So let's put Breon Ansley back into that like 1977 to 1983 era. How do you think you would have done?
Great.
Yeah.
I think I would have done great. I think it would have been great for you plot my physique into that era. I mean, I think I would have done great. I think what I would have brought to the table is maybe a little bit more conditioning, a little bit more separation in the leg department.
Yeah.
I think back then, that wasn't looked upon as there wasn't a lot of emphasis put in that area,
right?
And just really that freaky separation and that freaky conditioning with the legs,
right?
So I think that would have been a good feature that I would have brought to the table, and it would have probably set myself apart from the rest. Even though Samir had great, he had great legs. I think that's when they started really taking legs serious, and really the evolution and the development started really to take force, with the legs, with Samir's era.
I don't know if it was because when Platts turned pro in 1978. I think that was the first time anyone ever even saw really big legs, because no one was trying to get big legs up until that point. They actually didn't want to have huge legs. They thought it would distract. They thought it took away from the overall flow of the physique. They didn't think it would complement it. But obviously things changed pretty rapidly after that, because the legs on everybody started getting bigger and bigger. But your legs would have been far ahead of pretty much everybody I just said. Samir did have very good legs. I'm not going to say that, but.
So around there, you're right. Around late 70s. Is when they really started to put emphasis on the legs, and they just started to understand that the flow of the body and the shape of the body would look just tremendous with the great leg development.
Let's hope the time travel is perfected very soon. I think they're almost there. But, the technology. No, they don't have time travel, but
all the time.
I wouldn't be surprised if they could figure that out in our lifetime.
Oh yeah. But these days though, man, we have crazy genetics and crazy looking guys with great legs out there, man, and that's why these guys have me training legs 3 days a week, so I can stay on top of the game with these legs,
Well, you're doing okay.
Because so much wow factor with the legs these days.
Yeah. Okay.
And that brings me to hold on. I got something else for you, Ron.
Yes.
That brings me to what I hope the Olympia does very, very soon, and that is maybe put the Classic Olympia winner, the 212 winner, and the Open winner, and have a showdown at the end.
A pose down. I would love that. Everybody would love that.
And showdown at the end between those three. If Physique ever loses the board shorts, they can be in there too. So and then you really see, about shape.
Wait, we're gonna let the men's physique guy up there in the board shorts too?
Not that when they lose the board shorts.
Okay, they can put on like the classic shorts or something.
Then we can have them in there too, because it's just not right to have anybody in there without showing the legs. But so those three, Classic, 212, and the Open, and let's show it down, let's pose it down, and let's choose an overall Olympia winner from those three classes. I think it would be great, and I think people would be surprised with how the smaller guys the smaller in weight guys at least, can hold their own against the open guys.
Well, in that era that we just talked about, there were big guys trying to beat Frank Zane and Samir Banoud and Chris Dickerson and Muhammad Makaway. You know, like Muhammad Makaway was beating Lee Haney in Lee Haney's first season as a pro. He kicked his butt all over the place, like 4, 5, 6 different shows. And, you know, Frank Zane, 185 pounds, he was beating like Mike Mentz or Robbie Robinson, guys who had a good 20, 30 pounds solid mass at the same height as he did. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
As far as implementing that at the Olympia, well, we have Dan Solomon is taking over the promotion of the Olympia weekend from Robin Chang, who did a tremendous job for many years. But I'm sure Dan's already thinking of ways to put his own unique spin on the Olympia. So, Dan, if you're listening, Breon just had a great idea. Think about it. Just think about it. One last thing about the
great to have you back, and let's really think about this thing and really bring a lot more electricity to the Olympia. I think this is the key, and this will help do it.
Were you at the judging for the men's physique portion of the Olympia last year? Well, you were there, but I think you were probably backstage at that time, or because it was somewhere around the time you were judged. But at the very end of judging, I keep calling it pre-judging because that's what we used to call it. A bunch of them had like a little impromptu pose down, and they pulled up their shorts, hiked them up as hard as they could, so people could see we do have legs. We don't get to show them, but a few of these guys, they had like Jeremy, Brendan, they had pretty damn decent leg development that we never see. So yeah, I'm all for this idea.
Yeah.
This could be.
There you go. And they're going to keep doing that too. Oh, they're not going to stop doing that. And so then that might be an idea to shorten those shorts on up, man, and who knows where it could end up.
Yeah. Next random question of mine: is there any type of music you've never posed to that you would consider posing to? And is there any type or types of music you just couldn't pose to?
There's some types of music that I can never see myself posing to. Probably like hardcore, too hardcore, rockish, punk rockish, or stuff like that.
Yeah,
I can never see myself pose. That's not my style at all, and I can never see myself posing anything like that.
Okay.
My style, and I'm always going to stay true to it, is some smooth R&B soul stuff. And man, I might have a surprise. I want to have a surprise this year with something totally different, as far as the feel and the flow, and that would just surprise everybody. That would be completely against, I think, what anybody has done, or definitely what they would expect me to do.
Oh boy. Okay. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But,
you have to wait and see. But I want to make it epic. I want to make an epic performance this year, and I'm going to be starting ASAP to start working on that.
Wow. Who works with you in your posing? Is it Chris or somebody else?
Just as far as the routine is concerned, I kind of come up with it myself.
Okay.
Chris does work with me with posing, just for in the pre-judging round for mandatories and back of a buy and how that looks and how to hold this and that and what looks good here and what my strengths are as far as what legs are back and so forth and so on. But as far as just the creativity of just coming up with a routine and all that,
it's you.
Yeah, it's pretty much just me. Chris has some ideas of some poses to do as well, but for the most part, it's me. Well, actually, let me give Chris a little bit more credit as I think about it. As far as putting up some spins in there, he recommends, and some sweeping movements, and his famous pose I put in there, with my twist on it. That little twisting back he does.
Yeah. Chris is a really good poser back in the day.
For credit, even with the routine.
Chris doesn't get enough credit. He was one of the best. I think the modern generation has sort of forgotten about him, or they never knew about him. There's a few guys like that, I think of Vince Taylor, Nasser. There was just some guys of that era that were incredible that, you don't hear about much anymore. Luckily, Chris is still around and on the scene, so he isn't totally forgotten like some of these guys have been. But yeah, the real deal, everybody. Chris Cormier. Look him up if you have no idea what he looked like back in the day. He was second at the Arnold Classic like 5 years in a row. It was terrible.
Yes, I mean, Chris had
6 years in a row.
Oh, 7 actually.
7? Oh my goodness.
7 times in a row.
Goodness
7 times.
Poor guy.
Can you imagine that?
Oh.
And I guess to Ronnie and Flex all those times.
Yeah, yeah. I think Jay. I think he took. Didn't he say taking a Jay too?
Jay as well.
I mean, those are 3 guys that are just Ronnie Coleman, Flex Wheeler, Jay Cutler. Come on, they're tough. They're tough.
Yeah, yeah. But 7 straight times, man. So that was special when we got the Arnold last year with Chris. You know, he kind of lived vicariously through me in that one. That was nice. Yeah.
So to recap,
but Chris, he was a mass monster with the Classic Physique, man. In his day, his waist was small. He had beautiful lines. He had the way he posed, and had sweeping movements with the posing, and was elegant with it. Yeah.
Yeah. He was no joke. So to recap, you would, as far as music that you might think about posing to, I mean, if you can pose to like R&B and that tempo, you could probably pose to something like, not that you would, but like opera or some film, movie soundtrack, film scores. They all have a similar type of pace. But are you very comfortable with the music style, the choices that you've had? You wouldn't want to really steer too far away from that?
I'm very comfortable with that. And it's funny you mentioned that because last year I had a film score in there from the movie The Black Swan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was at the second half of the routine. So I implemented that in there and had fun with it. Because I like the drama of it, the dramatic feel of it, and the dramatic pace. And opera for sure. I'm not opposed to posing to opera. I'll do it because it's dramatic. It has some aggressiveness in there. It has some finesse in there, and that's just what I love. I consider myself and my personality the same way, and the way I present my physique on stage the same way.
Yeah. No, you're a great poser. You've never had to do the hand to the ear thing to make people cheer for you, or that thing that they do. You don't do that. You don't have to.
Like to do this to come up.
Okay, ready? Here's another good one. Based on your leg train clips on Instagram, and that is Breon, BREONMA _, also at team_Breon. Those are the 2 Instagrams of his to follow. I have to ask, based on some pictures and training clips, are you trying to bring the short shorts from the 70s back?
Absolutely. I am all about this movement right now. I am bringing them back. I am excited about it, man. The short shorts are back. The classic shorts are back, and I want everybody to start wearing their short shorts and tag me on their leg days. I have made a play by myself to not even do a leg day without the short shorts anymore.
Oh boy. Well, you're in LA. Yeah. What's the temperature out there right now?
All leg days.
Is it hot out there right now?
Not too.
No?
Not too. We're a little rainy right now, so I'm not doing them outside, that's for sure. But I'm inside, and short shorts movement is in full effect. I'm excited about it. Throw your short shorts on, everybody, and you can also get them at teambreon.com.
Yes, you have your own signature line of short shorts, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to be official, you got to get those ones. I don't even know if you can find them anywhere else these days. You'd have to, I don't know, maybe you could look around, but why bother?
Yeah, in California, of course. I've actually first saw some at Venice on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
And one of these shops.
Yeah, I think they never stopped selling them out there. I don't think.
Right. And I love it. Now they're back.
Do you think there's so many guys, even guys with good legs, they're afraid to wear, if they wear shorts, they wear those basketball shorts that go like almost way past their knee. Why do you think guys are afraid to wear shorter shorts, even when they do have good legs?
I think it's just a fad. It's just what's popular at the time and what's hot and hip at the time. I went through the phase of I've always had pretty good legs. I went through the phase of wearing basketball shorts, too. But now I think it's just so cool because now there's so much involved with me with the classic shorts. I'm classic. Having the legs, implementing the short shorts with training with the legs. It's a good thing because it's you get to show them off and it's a good dynamic when you train legs. You get to see the
don't
muscles.
you like to see your legs when you're training them?
That's what I'm saying. You get to see the muscles moving when you're training the legs, which is cool. Which I don't see it ever going out of style anymore.
Okay. I never thought bell bottoms would come back, and they came back. I think even fanny packs are coming back. I'm pretty sure. I hope so.
The what's coming back?
Fanny packs.
They've been back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they've been back. Fanny packs have been back. They have like a little, like a stylized version now that they wear a crossbody.
Oh, no.
I won't. As a matter of fact, actually. So if anybody has any crossbodies, any fly crossbodies out there, you guys please send me one or two so I can promote you guys. So anyway, this is like a crossbody, and it comes right here. It's like a stylized fanny pack now, and they're still wearing the fanny pack. So all that stuff is back, man.
That sounds like a shoulder holster what you're describing, but
yeah, it looks like it actually. Yeah, it looks like it. It crosses here, and then it's like a little a pocket right here that holds your stuff.
Now this next question,
they can wear it in the back. They can wear it on the side, but it's cool.
Yeah, I still have a fanny pack. It's
yeah. Do you wear the fanny pack now?
I don't care. I don't care what I'm old. At my age now, I don't care because I used to get made fun of because I kept wearing them long after they were out of style. But I don't care anymore.
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Now you'll be asked, where did you get it?
So another thing, I'm going to tease. I hate doing this, people, because they're not going to have access to this machine. But you've been going to Bradley Martin Zoo Culture Gym. It looks like pretty regularly at times. And I saw you on your Instagram using a belt squat machine.
Slow down on the way up. Control the weight. Don't jerk it. There you go. Up.
With like it's got a belt and the weight, it's coming down and I don't know, is the weight strapped on or it's connected to a pulley system? I couldn't really tell, but the weight is distributed differently. The belt it's a belt around you rather than yokes like a hack squat or a squat machine or a barbell. How do you like that particular machine compared to the feel of squats, leg presses, and squat machines? Is it a completely different feel?
Yes, I think so. I mean, first of all, if you guys haven't trained legs over at that gym, you need to go to that gym and train legs. I think he has great leg equipment, and you can really get a good leg workout and like a fluid and so much variety over there as far as your leg training is concerned. With that particular one, I like it because the weight is already down here. You don't have to worry about balancing the weight on the shoulders or holding it up here. It takes that out of it, and the weight is already down with the legs, the weight hanging in between the legs. So that's why I like that one, because you kind of can just really focus on, the lower body angling and all the pressure down here, down in the with developing the legs. So
where is that gym in relation to like Venice and Santa Monica and all that?
It's about what I would say in relation to Venice and Santa Monica, it's about maybe 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes going up the hill in the valley. In Woodland Hills is the city.
Oh, it's in Woodland Hills.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's where the old Weeder office was.
Absolutely.
Right down
That's where everybody should know Woodland Hills. That was the Weeder headquarters for like 40 years.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's right down the street from there, right on DeSoto Avenue.
Okay.
And man, legs for days right there. Since we're talking about the classic short shorts, wear your short shorts, go to the Zoo Culture, and chit legs.
Now, do you ever get a chance to go to the Weeder building? Because it's not there anymore. It's not the Weeder building anymore. Did you ever get a chance?
I haven't. No.
You came along a little too late in the game for that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a little too much of a young buck for that. Chris,
I know this is muscular development. I shouldn't be hyping up the Weeder, but that building was amazing. It was like a museum. The stuff he had in there, the paintings and the sculptures, like, wow.
Wow.
It was something else.
Wow.
Final question. I try to save the inspirational, cool stuff for the very end. I know fans, you travel the world, you go to expos, you go to contests, people hit you up on Instagram, Facebook, all kinds of places, all your social media. What's the coolest thing a fan has ever told you about you inspiring them, helping them get past a tough time in their life, or making some sort of real positive change in their life? It can be recent or it could be a year or two ago. Is there one of those that really stands out to you that humbles you, like, wow, I was able to do that for this person?
Oh yeah, when was this? Maybe earlier in summer, maybe about April, May-ish time of last year. This particular gentleman from, where was he from? Somewhere in the Midwest or Texas, I want to say. Yeah. Anyway, he just told me about how looking at my videos and just watching me talk on my Instagram stories has allowed him to beat diabetes.
Wow.
Allowed him to beat diabetes. He kind of got everything in order with his diet, and he's very motivated and inspired about about changing his diet and training. And then he wants to compete. And then aside from that, also he was talking about how he treats his family and his friends different. As far as like the respect level, and as far as his love for cherishing his friendships and his family. His outlook on that has changed, and that was pretty touching. That was definitely touching, and that was definitely heartfelt. When you're talking about, changing how people, not only not just their lifestyle as far as health and fitness, but just how they view loving others or treating their family and friends different, and how they respect the people around them a lot different. That's on another level, I think, and that's really something special. So that one in particular, man. I wish I could get the guy's name right now and think of it. It's something Viking Berserker is his Instagram name. Viking Berserker.
I'll find it.
Yeah, so that gentleman, man, really touched me, and that was really something special, and it doesn't really get any better than that right there. So that's really when you strip everything away and take a look at all this. That's really what I do this for, to really be able to touch people like that in that capacity.
I think it's one thing if you could say, well, I helped this kid put an inch on his arms or 10 pounds on his bench press, but this is a guy, diabetes is a terrible disease. Most diabetics do die young. There's so many complications from it. I mean, I don't want to say you saved the guy's life, but you helped him improve the quality of his life. You probably extended his life by years and years by beating diabetes. That's a huge change in anyone's health overall. So.
Absolutely. So,
one thing I want to let people know that you now offer coaching services, which I don't think we talked about last time, did we?
No, because I think it was in the workings, and we were still trying to develop it.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about what I'm sure people would love to be coached by two-time Olympia champ. So can they reach you through this team_Breon? Is that the best way to get you? Or you have a website. It's teambreon.com as well.
That's it. Yeah, either way, you can message me. The website link is on that Instagram page, the Team Breon page, or definitely go straight to the website, teambreon.com. And yes, for now we have a wide array of coaching services, from just fat loss to lean muscle building. And then we go as far as contest prep coaching. We have a couple packages as far as contest prep is concerned. They'll be able to talk to me, and they'll be able to have me guide them along the way. We really have a premium type coaching plan, and different dynamical things that we're going to bring to the table, to help these guys and these girls reach their best potential possible. So I'm very excited about that. Very excited about taking the journey with these young men and women, and even older.
Yeah, don't just say young.
Even older, men and women.
Old people need help too. They actually need more help.
Yes, whoever. Excited to take the journey with you guys, and to push you along the way, and to even possibly change your whole outlook on life. Like I've been blessed to do with a few other individuals, and just improve quality of life. And then also we have our merchandise. We also have some merchandise, some fun merchandise out right now. And
we have two pieces of it right now.
Yes, with the hat here and with the V-neck. I love V-neck shirts here, but we have shirts with the scoop bottom. It's like the way the bottom is cut. That's kind of popular now. We have the thinner collar with some shirts that we have great. The fit and the feel, the cotton polyester mix.
Yeah.
That's really good. Even when you train, or when you want to just rock out, casually. Yeah. So it's a good mix of both. You get the best of both worlds.
Well, that fiber, that material is great, because the polyester actually helps the sweat, evaporate away, whereas cotton just kind of soaks up the sweat, and you're sitting in your own stew while you train.
Right. We want the fellas to still be primed and looking great, smelling great, for the ladies out there in the gym and casually, and vice versa, for the ladies to be looking and feeling great for the fellas out there.
Do you have women's apparel too?
Sweat evaporation.
Is it just men's clothing, or you also have women's clothing too?
Oh yes, we have women's clothing. Well, the short shorts are unisex, so the fellas and the ladies can rock those. They can rock those. Those are unisex. And then we have ladies crop sweaters. We have the crop sweaters with the sleeves out, which is kind of fun and funky. Then we have tank tops, like a looser fitted tank top and a crop tank top for the ladies. Yeah, so we have a few ladies pieces.
Yeah, this line has come a long way. It was like 6 months ago when you launched it or so. You just had like a t-shirt and a tank top, I think.
That's it. That's it.
A legitimate line, a legitimate apparel.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. It's been a little arduous as far as like getting it right and working with the right people, and getting having it stylized with the way I want it and personalized with the way I want it. So very excited about it, and very excited about the future and what it can do.
Yeah, I wish you all the success. I remember, it wasn't that long ago, I remember Dana Lynn Bailey and Rob Bailey going around the Northeast in gyms trying to sell their clothing out of the back of a van, and a lot of people were like, no one's going to buy this crap, flag nor fail. It's
right.
It's very, very done very well. So I hope the same for the Breon, Team Breon apparel. Actually, what's the name of it? What do you call it?
It's just Team Breon.
Team Breon
is what's on the apparel now. It has Team Breon on there, and with the logo, you know, it's the O, Olympia O, with the swan in the middle of it.
That's right. That's
good. Yeah, with the black swan in the middle of it. So I'm very excited about the logo. And we'll have up and coming. We're gonna have different sayings that people know that that I'm known for, and people recognize that I say, which is like "earn your pancakes." You know, we're gonna have.
I've noticed on your Instagram, a lot of guys and girls just comment "for the damn win." That's the comment, like on all your posts.
Yeah. So we'll have some apparel with that, for the damn win, some earn your pancakes, and maybe a few others, you know, that I'll come up with. But very excited about that, and it's really cool, man, for people to kind of like shout your what you like to say right back at you. You know, that's really awesome to relate to them and connect with them in that way.
Yeah, I mean, someday maybe it'll be as popular as "Yeah, buddy," or "Lightweight." Yeah.
Oh, so funny. I always
those are some catchphrases right there.
I always say that to myself, and I always say that to Danny.
Everybody says that.
Joke about that. So yeah, hopefully, man, God willing, I hope anywhere close to that level.
Yeah.
I want to see. Yeah, I met Ronnie at the Arnold last year. Maybe I could see him again, and we can have a sit down and talk.
Well, he'll be there. He could just have an operation like 2 days before. He'd still get his butt there.
Bless his heart, man.
That is a warrior. My goodness. Whew.
Yeah, bless his heart.
Okay, so one more time, everybody. Instagrams are Breon, BREON MA _ and team_Breon. The website is teambreon.com. All the merchandise, coaching services info you can get there. And if you're in Columbus, in 2 weeks, you're going to see Breon probably handing off the trophy to the next champion. Well, maybe Arnold does that. I'm sure you're going to be involved somehow. So, are you going to be at a particular booth? Is there any place people can catch you at the Arnold?
Yes, I'll be with my clothing sponsor, Vanquish.
Okay.
I'll be there for a few hours every day. Okay. I don't know the schedule yet on the hours that I'll be there. I know I won't be there when the Classic prejudging is happening, though. I will be there watching that show. Right. So don't look for me at Vanquish when the Classic prejudging is happening. But I'll be there representing them and having fun with them, and then I possibly will have a Team Breon set up there. Still working on that.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, Vanquish Clothing is the booth. You can look that up when you get there. There's all kinds of guides to the booths, everybody. It's not that hard. You just have to find your way through this massive expo hall, but it's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
Looking forward to seeing you and appreciate you taking the time. As always, Breon, wishing you the best. You're one of the positive people in this industry. That you always have the smile, you always have the good attitude, and we need more Breons out there. But I'm glad we have this one for sure. So.
Thank you so much, Ron. I really, really, really appreciate you. I really, truly do.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching the Ronline Report with your 2-time Classic Olympia and reigning Arnold Classic Physique champion, Breon Ansley.